Coach?
Hey, a good Thursday with our guys. Good energy, good focus. They're excited to go compete. We are too as a coaching staff, and feels like it's been a long time since we played. It's time to get back on the field. So.
Questions? Let's start with Vince.
That energy, how much do you attribute to just the open week and getting to refresh a little bit and having some new bodies out there?
I think our guys have continued to be better and better every single week, energy and focus. It's a group that loves to play at this point, and they've learned how to continue to do it in a better fashion. And when I say that, I'm just talking about the preparation and more comfortable with the routine the further that you get into it as well. So, it's been a fun group to coach here at this point.
Austin?
You guys have kind of trimmed down that wide receiver rotation, but Jaylen Hyatt's kind of been that fourth guy. What's he continuing to do well for you guys, and maybe where's he grown from August to now?
Yeah, I think he's got a really high ceiling. He's always had some physical attributes. I think he's going to continue to gain strength as he goes through our program. Got a really bright future. I think as much as anything, he's just matured in his approach inside the building. What he's doing outside of the building. I think that all lends itself to better practice habits. That's, his care factor continues to grow. His ability to be in the slot right now and kind of rotate with Bayless has been big for us.
Back to Austin.
You guys never stop recruiting, especially the quarterback position. What do you think what you've been able to get out of Hendon this year has been? What would the message be to any quarterback that's looking at you guys from the next 2 or 3 years with what Hendon's done in a short amount of time?
Yeah, I think it's one, you can see the style of offense. It's one thing to talk about it when I first got here. Now our recruits have an opportunity at all positions, but at the quarterback position to see what we're doing, our ability to have an explosive offensive style of play, but then the quarterback development that they're going to receive here. Our track record of quarterback play at the highest level, you can look back at the different stops that I've had, and you can see that it's going to happen here too. Hendon's a guy that, was in the portal, is playing at a really efficient level right now, continues to grow fundamentally, technique, his eye discipline, comprehension of the game, and becoming a guy that's extremely accurate with the football. And his growth as a player should speak to the potential for some of these guys that are coming in here to have big-time careers.
Back to Vince.
Alonte was talking earlier this week during the open week that he worked on his mental health a little bit, and he's taking advantage of some of the resources at the university that are available, and they've been helpful. Can you talk about some of those things that are at the availability of the players and how much you guys emphasize working on that?
Yeah, for sure. I think mental health is at the forefront of what we do here. It's why we approach coaching and teaching the way that we do, that we're instructors. And for young people, I think it's finding balance in what they do as a student athlete, from the pressures of playing college football at the highest level to academics, to the social life that inevitably 18 to 22-year-olds are going to have too, and finding out who they are and how they're growing, the issues that come up in daily life for our players. They still have real lives, and that's issues back home, family members that may have serious issues, deaths in family. There's all those things that these young people are learning how to balance and juggle all these balls and grow into the men that they're ultimately going to be. Coaches are a resource, but we also have professionals that are here that help our student athletes as well.
Patrick?
Coach, last night you said that the offensive line was one of your, what you thought was one of your most improved position groups. You guys have seemingly had a different lineup there every week. How have you been able to kind of see that group improve despite all the things that have gone on there?
Talking about O-line?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed the very first part of it. Yeah, before the season, it's a group that, didn't want any injuries. You didn't want any at any position, but it was a thin unit. Guys have continued to grow and mature as football players inside of what we're doing. We've had a bunch of different rotations up front, from Coop being gone, Jerome sliding, to Cade being gone. multiple guys playing at guard, Kingston being in there early, then him being banged up. All of those things, the next guy up has kind of been the mantra inside of our building. I've said it before, the strength of one position group can never be one guy. Everybody's got to continue to fight and prepare themselves. A lot of positives, some things that they had to continue to grow in. We're still going to do that the last third of the season, but it's a group that has continued to grow in their practice habits. They've had a better understanding of what we're doing. Technique-wise, have continued to grow. That's why, in a lot of ways, they've continued to get better through the course of the season.
Anything else for Coach?
Quick wrap-up on Thursday. All right, guys have